Well, ladies and gentlemen, good evening. Welcome to the Midwest Dream Car Collection, and we've got what tonight is the first unveiling of a very special vehicle, and we're going to have a whole lot of information to share with you here first, and I think it's only appropriate we give a tremendous warm welcome to Mr. Drew Casper, our curator here of the museum. Drew's going to give us a little bit of history of this vehicle. Don't push that bottom button. Okay.
To get started, I want to thank everyone for coming. I'm glad to see you all here. I'm proud to announce that this is our 2019 COPO Camaro, and it's one of 69 cars made for 2019. 69 cars. To understand why they made 69 cars, I'll have to take you all the way back to 1967, which was the heyday of the muscle car. It was dominated mostly by Ford's very popular Mustang. Does anyone know what year the Mustang started? 64, yeah. Well, 65 was the first year of the Mustang, but 64 is when they unveiled the car. So they made the Mustang, and Chevrolet felt that they needed to have a car of their own in the game. So every car maker was making a car at the time, but they decided that this car needed to come out as well. So they decided that for 67, they would start making a muscle car of their own. It was a pretty basic car at the time, so it had 290 horsepower, 140 mile an hour top speed, and a V8 engine. Meanwhile, Carroll Shelby had joined up with Ford to help make the GT350. So that was unknown to Chevy at the time. So they kind of fell behind because it was a more popular car, it was customized, and that was when Don Yanko decided that he needed to make a customized, well, Don Yanko was a former drag racer and customizer that owned a shop. So he decided that he should start making the Camaro with a 427 cubic inch engine and crank them out one by one. He had Chevy's approval, but the car, it really took a lot to get those cars out. Fred Gibb was a dealer at the time, and he was one of the biggest Chevy dealers in the country. Fred Gibb had a lot of influence in Chevy at the time, and he saw demand for the Yanko 427. So he went straight to Chevy and he said, "Can I use your special operations program," which was known as COPO. And COPO stands for Central Office Production Order. So he went to COPO and he basically found a loophole in something that was made for fleet vehicles. So you could customize the colors and the wheels of these fleet vehicles at the time, and the COPO was really not intended to be used for drag cars or anything, but COPO became synonymous with drag racing because it was such a fast car, and these were coming straight off the line with a 427 cubic inch engine in them. It was pretty spectacular at the time to see these cars coming out, but they had to make exactly 50 cars. Does anyone know why? 50 cars? That way they could race legally. Yes, that's exactly right. So they made 50 of these cars, and 13 of them sold immediately, and the other 37 cars went to dealerships across the country. There was a high demand for the ZL1, which it was known as the ZL1. Well, the 427 cubic inch engine that was made of aluminum at the time became known as the ZL1. So they had such high demand for the ZL1 that they decided to make an additional 19 cars, which brought the grand total to 69 cars. They stopped making the car in 1970 because of rising gas prices, rising insurance rates, and a lack of interest in the muscle car. They began making the COPO yet again in 2011 with 69 more cars. So 2011, they decided to open the COPO name yet again and make 69 more cars. The car had such popularity that they built 69 more every year after. So the COPO has continued since 2011 until 2019, which is what we have here. 2019 is significant because it is the 50th anniversary of the car. And they decided that a lottery was needed to help decide who got these 69 cars. And so we entered a lottery to get this car.
So we have a video here that we're going to show you, and after that, we're going to unveil this beautiful car. You ready for that? Yeah. All right. We'll take a look at what we got on the screen for you. You're gonna like what you see. All right, so we've learned a little bit about the 2019 COPO. Who's ready to see this baby unveiled tonight? So, COPO fans, are you ready? We're gonna drop the curtain. Count down with me. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The 2019 COPO Camaro, here at the Midwest Dream Car Collection. Now we're going to turn the microphone back over to Drew. We're going to start this first. We're going to start it first. Okay, I will tell you folks that this is loud. This is your warning. This is loud. Nick, let's fire up that COPO. You like that? Yeah, that's going to be fun running down Morrow Street. Yeah. Drew's got a little bit of details. We popped the hood, and Drew's going to talk a little bit about that. But for any of you that want to get up closer and take a look at this beautiful car here at the Midwest Dream Car Collection, feel free to enjoy that. Drew, tell us more about the COPO.
So that brings us to 2019, and this is a 50th anniversary metallic blue. So it keeps a lot of the Laguna blue. It plays homage to the 1969's Laguna blue, which was a very famous color. We're happy to have this car here, and the car does have the engine appearance package. So it has an orange engine block, and it has a high-rise intake manifold, and it has aluminum valve covers, and it's a pretty neat car. It also takes, I think, ice in this can here that feeds to the intercooler and circulates. It's basically it's liquid and air circulates, makes the car cool down faster. It also helps keep the fuel at a temperature that was low enough, cold enough to run, you know, it'll run about 8 seconds in the quarter mile, and it goes to about 175 miles an hour from what I know, and that's dead stop. So.